Hello everybody, I'm Indrani Roy. Today I'll talk about major modes of climate variability. A brief background about me. I did PhD in atmospheric science from Imperial College London. After finishing my PhD, I worked in various research organizations including Imperial College, University of Exeter, etc. and also previously worked for India Meteorological Department. Why I will discuss major modes of climate variability? Because they control the weather and climate of various regions of the globe. I will familiarize you with names of various modes of climate variability. Some of the names you have already heard before. What regions are affected by those modes? Then I will talk briefly about El Nino and La Nina. Many of you have already heard those names. Then I will talk what is Indian Ocean Dipole, and then some effects in various countries due to those modes. Here are names of major modes of climate variability around surface level. First, I'm mentioning El Nino Southern Oscillation. The abbreviated form is ENSO. Next, NAO. The full form is North Atlantic Oscillation. From the very name, you can tell that it is present in the North Atlantic region of the globe. Then AO and AAO. The full form is Arctic Oscillation and Antarctic Oscillation. And you can tell that the Arctic Oscillation is present in the Arctic region and Antarctic Oscillation is in Antarctic region. Then Indian Summer Monsoon, then Indian Ocean Dipole, and then finally two decadal scale oscillation, Pacific Decadal Oscillation and Atlantic Multidecadal Oscillation. Though those two are longer scale oscillation. Here is the plot of the whole of the globe. I'm going to show how different regions are affected by various modes that I mentioned earlier. Let us first talk about ENSO. Can you tell what region is ENSO mainly influencing? It is mainly present in the region of Central to Eastern Pacific Ocean. NAO is present in the North Atlantic Ocean. PDO is mainly present in the North Pacific. AMO or Atlantic Multidecadal Oscillation is the Atlantic Ocean region. AO is in Arctic region, whereas AO is Antarctic region. Indian Ocean Dipole is present in the Indian Ocean region, whereas Indian Summer Monsoon is influencing the whole Indian subcontinent. Now let us focus on ENSO. There are two plots. In both the plots, we are showing a certain portion of the globe that covers Pacific Ocean. In each plot, the right-hand side shows Northern America and Southern America, while the left-hand side it is showing the Australia and other countries. In the ocean water, when it is warmer than normal, it is shown by red color, while it is cooler than normal, it is shown by blue color. In the left-hand plot, you can see there is a strong warming from central to eastern equatorial Pacific region. And if that situation happens, then it is known as warm event of ENSO or El Nino. In the right hand side, you can see that there is a cooling as shown by blue color from central to eastern equatorial Pacific, and it is known as cold event type of ENSO or La Nina. Hence, we can discuss what do you mean by El Nino. At the bottom I have written here. The El Nino or warm event of ENSO is the periodic warming that occurs in the central to eastern tropical Pacific. It adversely affects the fishing industry around the coast of Peru and Ecuador, while during La Nina or cold event, there is cooling. Now, anyone who knows Spanish, they can tell the meaning of El Nino. El Nino in Spanish means Christ child because Enso usually peaks around the time of Christmas. And in Spanish, boy child is known as El Nino and girl child is called La Nina. Here is a time series plot starting from 1950 of ONI, which is Central Pacific Ocean temperature. When the ocean temperature is positive, it is shown by red color, and those years are called warm event of Enso or El Nino. While the ocean temperatures are cold, it is termed as La Nina or cold event of Enso and shown here by blue. If those temperature exceeds certain threshold, they're termed moderate, strong, and very strong cases. Now, can anyone tell which years were very strong El Nino? Now, here you can see those were 1982-83, 1997-98, and 2015-16. Though Enso is originated in the Central Pacific Ocean, but the effect of Enso is felt almost all part of the globe. Here I am showing the influence of Enso during June, July, August. Warm region during El Nino are shown by pink color, while cold regions are by sky blue. The green color shows wet region and yellow the dry regions. Now from this plot you can see what regions are affected in what way. Now can you tell what usually happens in India during June, July, August? First you have to spot the region of India, and you can see in the Indian region it is marked by pink and yellow color. Then what will happen? It would be warm and dry. If it is warm and dry, that means most of the drought years in India are usually associated with El Nino. What about Australia? It is shown by yellow color. Eastern part of Australia is very dry. What are consequences? One consequence, it is very prone to forest fire during El Nino years, and hence extra precaution is required. Here are plots that shows the influence of Enso is not exactly opposite for El Nino to that from La Nina, and also the effects are not similar or opposite in winter to that from summer. The top plot is for December, January, February shown by DJF. The bottom plot is for June, July, August shown by JJA. While right hand side is for La Nina and left hand side for El Nino. From those plots it is clear that not same effect is seen in winter and summer, and not opposite for El Nino from La Nina. If you have time, you just go through the places and can find what can happen during El Nino or La Nina, or if it is a summer or winter, what will be the effect. This is the current state of Enso. It is from May to August. What is happening in the central to eastern Pacific? You can see there is a cooling shown by blue color. And if it is cooling, that means it is cold event type of Enso. And then what will happen in all over the globe? You can just figure it out from the plot that I showed earlier. Earlier, we discussed ENSO is having a strong influence on India as well as in Australia. Here, I'm showing that Indian Ocean Dipole, another major source of variability that is present in Indian Ocean region, is having a very strong influence for controlling weather and climate of those two countries. For positive phase, India, Australia and Africa, all three countries are affected in one way, while the effect is reverse for negative phase. For positive phase, Darwin of Australia has very cold ocean water and it experiences drought kind of situation, while in India there is a heavy rain. For negative phase, on the contrary, there is a warm ocean water in Darwin of Australia associated with heavy rain, while there is a drought in India. Now, Indian Ocean Dipole Index is measured by sea surface temperature difference between the western equatorial Indian Ocean region to that from southeastern equatorial Indian Ocean region. That means both end of the Indian Ocean temperature difference gives the Indian Ocean Dipole value. Here is the time series plot of Indian Ocean Dipole. Sometimes it is positive, sometimes it is negative. And during 2019, you can see from July onward, it started rising very high. It was an unusual high value of positive side of IOD. Now, when it is very positive value, Australia becomes very dry. That means it is very prone to bushfire. And during 2019, there was an unusual forest fire happened in Australia, and simultaneously the ENSO phase it was again positive, and positive ENSO also helps dry condition in Australia as I discussed before. That means 2019 July onward, the forest fire that experienced in Australia, Indian Ocean Dipole and ENSO both had some roles. Finally, thank you everybody for listening to this talk. Goodbye.